Hey guys, Maniac here with a little special something. Never thought I'd actually have this. This is the Max Payne 3 Collector's Edition. Right here what you're seeing is the Xbox 360 version of that Collector's Edition, but there's also sales for the PS3 version as well. You can get that also if you're a PS3 user. The other thing to remember about this is that this right now is only available on the PS3 or the Xbox 360. This is not available on the PC yet. This went on sale last night at midnight at my local store. I picked it up and at midnight, and they told me that this was the box, and I thought, wow. So you get the little details right there. I thought that this box was actually not a game box at all, but actually a display box for the just for the retailer. I didn't think that this was actually going to be the boxes that they handed out, but sure enough, this is. Now, I had been interested in playing Max Payne 3 ever since I beat Max Payne 2. In fact, actually, the people who know my YouTube channel for a very long period of time, and probably some of the initial people that subscribed to the YouTube channel, probably did so because they saw one of the first YouTube videos I did, which was a music video that I cut together for the song from Max Payne 2, which was Poets of the Fall's Late Goodbye. One of the first hits, actually the first hit I think it was, that Poets of the Fall ever had. It was from their first single, before they even had their first album out. That was released, and the rest is history, of course. Poets of the Fall is a fantastic band. And that's probably one of my most popular videos of all time, was when I released that video to YouTube. And as for Max Payne 3, well, we know that I've been anticipating Max Payne 3 for quite a long time. But when they first announced that it was coming out, I have to admit I was disappointed, because what I saw did not really look like... Ooh, that's cool. Did not really look like Max Payne. I mean, the first pictures of him were of kind of like a balding, fatter guy, not looking like Max Payne at all almost. Well, make it looking a little bit like Max Payne as he appeared in Max Payne 2 as James McCafferty. But I was very disappointed actually at first. And it wasn't until after the game's delay and it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic display showing at the New York Comic-Con that I got finally convinced that the Rockstar guys got it. That they seemed to, could tell. Well, that's cool. What it was that made Max Payne so popular. Let's just take that. And that's cool. I don't know if you can tell this, but it looks like it has the Max Payne, it says Max Payne something, I can't really tell. Max Payne 3. Yep. It says that right there on the styrofoam, which is taped up. Oh, and the Rockstar logo. That's cool. Cool features about this game is it's going to have full support for the Rockstar Social Club, of which I was a founding member of. And Rockstar Social Club, if you're watching this, then can you please explain to me in layman's terms what's your excuse for why I can't change my email address? I'm waiting. Let's see what we got here. Looks like these might be the lithographs. These are quite nicely made. I don't want to get my fingerprints on them, to be perfectly honest. These do fold. Okay. Oh, hello. Yes, these are. I see. I see. That's cool. Oh, these are all packaged individually. I see what they're doing. So these don't get scratched or anything. It's very nice. I believe that this page... That's cool. That's really cool. If I can just get this open, which I'm going to try to. I couldn't get this last one off. There we go. Cool. These are the lithographs for the game. Another cool thing is probably my first experience with Max Payne 3. I'm sorry, with the first Max Payne game was a preview done of it by the PC Gamer magazine, probably around the time of one of the E3s where it was being shown, probably E3 2000, I'm guessing. And they showed the technology that they were showing, which was going to be for the PC at the time. It later did get ported to the PS2 and the original Xbox. But what happened was that their engine was just so well detailed and so powerful that these guys were able to show things like bullet serial numbers and everything, which was just completely just blew me away. Okay, I got about half of this. Is there? Yep, this is taped on this side too. Let's just take a few seconds to cut through this, and I hope I'm not cutting Max or anything. Oh crap. Oh, I don't see a disc yet. Okay, so there's the tape. Is there any tape below it? Yes, there is. Let's see if we can pop it right off. Or rip it right off. Well, I can. I shouldn't, though. Something pops. It does look like it would be safer just to cut this. So, as I was saying, Max Payne to me has always had something special in my heart. And the reason why is also because I actually used to be a member of, or I should say a writer for the Deep Six. That was one of the first sites I ever started off with when I was just starting my becoming a gaming journalist back when I was really young. And, well, it wasn't the first site I was working on. The first site I ever worked on was Planet Anachronox. I know you'll be, I will be very surprised if anybody actually remembers that game. But that was the first game game site I ever worked for, and I used to write for them shortly after the game came out. And the game site got shut down about a year after I started writing for them. And people were talking about, you know, was I going to get transferred, what was going to happen to the staff. And I ended up, the Deep Six actually was looking for writers at the time for them. And I ended up just basically getting transferred, and I told them that I had written for the Deep Six. I'm sorry, I had written for Planet Anachronox. And I was a huge Max Payne fan. Max Payne 1 had come out by that point. Max Payne 2 had not yet been announced, but it was considered highly likely that it was going to be announced. And that I wanted to write for them. And when they saw the stuff I had written for Planet Anachronox, they immediately hired me. And I wrote for that site for many, many years. Went to E3 twice. And it pretty much ended after IGN and GameSpy. This will not cut. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm just pulling it off now. There it goes. No, I didn't damage it at all. There was no way I cut through it that hard. And this is the figure. Here's Maxie. Let me just put this back. I gotta admit, this is very well packaged. Although the gun is a little bit, they probably couldn't get the thing through the gun. Because the gun is not popping off. I cannot get this, well, no wonder it actually did. They probably couldn't get it on in the first place, let alone get it off. But, oh crap. Is this detachable? It feels like it is, yeah. I think it is. No, it's not. It's just like a finicky. It's not detachable. Okay. So here's the statue. Let's see what's in this box. Looks like a game box. Kind of reminds me of an old PC game box. Disc. And a bullet. This looks to be the famous bullet keychain, which I think is also USB. Or it might not be. It's got some weight to it. It's really nice looking. Feels like a bullet. It's got the Rockstar logo on it. It's very nice. This is the game. Max Payne 3, signed and sealed. So we can get this open. I'm sorry, I did not expect this to take as long to unbox as it did, actually. So, when you get into account of like what came with this and everything else, and what was included, you can think of a few things. This retails for $100 US. Let me just open this up and pull it out, and you guys can see this better. That's got some serious weight to it. I like that. It's metal. This is real. It feels almost like a real bullet. I mean, it's not. It can't be. But that feels like a real bullet. It really does. What's that say? I can't read it from here. Oh, Max Payne 3. That's real. I really like that. That's a nice bullet. That's really nice. I'd also really like the, what do you call it, if I could open it. Which I can't. So, what are my feelings of this? Well, with the statue the way it is, the bullet, the game, this has a $40 premium, at least in the U.S., and I can't open this. Why is it that I can always open these things when I'm not on camera? Yeah, when I'm on camera, I can't ever open these things. What was going on with some of these things is that there we go. I really got to give it to Rockstar for finally, it took them a while, but it finally figured out what it was that made Max Payne so great. And that was dropped. 1 second. The tricks about Max Payne were the cinematic reality, the story. The first Max Payne was probably, when it came down to it, probably completely groundbreaking when it came down to the storyline and everything else. Probably one of the most groundbreaking games of all time. Not just because of the action and the bullet time and everything else, that was all fantastic as well, but it was the story. And Remedy made Max Payne, Remedy made Max Payne 2, and then they sold, right around the time that Max Payne 2 was coming out or in development, they sold the rights to Rockstar. So that if the game, if any more Max Payne games were going to be made, Remedy went to start making Alan Wake, and they could not get Rockstar. And Rockstar basically did Max Payne 3 by themselves. Initially speaking, when some of the early previews came out of like, what was Max Payne going to be, everyone was kind of embarrassed by it. But right around New York Comic Con, I started hearing some of the Rockstar developers talk, and it seemed to me, based upon the way they described it, that they really got it. It just seemed like, they were drawing inspiration for some of the later stories. Like, Max Payne has always been considered to be a noir figure. And when the early Max Payne games were made, they were kind of inspired by the Bogart stories. There were references directly to that. It seemed like this game became more inspired by some of the newer noir stories. In particular, the ones directed by like Tony Scott, like Man on Fire and stuff like that. It's different games than what they were originally designed for, but still considered noir and noir-ish. Oh, look at that. Mona Sachs, exactly as she appeared in Max Payne 2. Wasn't she dead? No, actually, Mona Sachs, who was Max Payne's love interest in the first two Max Payne games, spoilers, did die at the end of Max Payne 2. Actually, well, technically, she also died in the end of Max Payne 1. But, she, download the special edition pack with Mona Sachs. And that's just the same information that you'll see. You also see here Max Payne 3 official soundtrack information for download, which can be downloaded from the website. It would have been nice if they actually included a disc. It would have been nice if I got the Rockstar Pass actually included with this game. I am certainly paying a lot for it. The Rockstar Pass, of course, and this is also talk about the Rockstar Social Club, which I'm already a member of. If you've already signed on to the Rockstar Social Club and other games, you're more than welcome, actually. So, and this is, of course, the manual, which is a nice thick manual. So, there it is. I'm sorry I couldn't get a better shot of this, of the figure, but I just can't get that thing out of the wrapping without destroying the wrapping, and I really don't want to do that. I want to pack this back together. But there you have it, guys. There's Max Payne 3. And I want to say it's 2 discs, single player, multiplayer, single player DLC. Looking really good. Until next time, guys, this is Maniac with GameAccess.net, over and out. And Max Payne podcast coming soon. Bye.